Artificial intelligence is reshaping every industry, from healthcare through to finance and even the creative and entertainment industries. But building powerful AI models demands time and expertise. Now, traditionally, this is a challenging process. Testing, moving between platforms and deploying models can become complex and time-consuming very fast. And that's where NVIDIA AI Workbench comes in. It's designed to simplify AI development, allowing creators and developers to work within a single, seamless environment. With AI Workbench, developers can build, test, and deploy models smoothly, whether they're on a local laptop, in the cloud, or in a high-performance data center. And because it's compatible with top AI tools like PyTorch and TensorFlow, developers don't have to change their workflow. They can stay in their comfort zone, focusing on refining their models and speeding up the journey from concept through to creation. Now, to help make NVIDIA AI Workbench a little more tangible with a real-world example, Rafi Nizam, an NVIDIA Omniverse ambassador, co-founder of Falcon and Storm and creator of Art Squad, will now demonstrate one way that he uses NVIDIA AI Workbench to support him in his brainstorming and visual design process.
Okay. Here's a quick look at how I use AI Workbench on my PC. The best thing about this app is it automatically installs and configures the components you need in order to run AI models, which is otherwise a rather convoluted process in my experience. AI Workbench can manage multiple projects, either local or remote or both. Here's where it lists all the projects I've set up on this PC. I only have this one right now, which I use to support my brainstorming and visual development process. I can pick which applications to start and stop at any time from down here. For example, if I start Jupyter Lab, the status changes to starting and the green button at the top is grayed out whilst the application kicks in. Once running, the URL pops up with Jupyter Notebook and the related local folder structure. And if you know Python, you could launch the notebook and begin generating images in that right away. I don't know Python yet, so I'll start the inference application. As that spins up, you'll see the status again changes to starting, and the bar right at the bottom of AI Workbench tells you the various components being loaded to enable the inferencing function. As before, the status changes to running, and a separate tab opens with a simple user interface for text-to-image generation. I'll still keep both browser tabs open because the folders on the left will come in handy shortly. Let's take a closer look at this SDXL image generation interface. The model I'm using is called Stable Diffusion XL. It's running entirely on my PC. I type in a brief description of the idea I have in mind, a miniature motorcycle built from office supplies. I hit enter and it starts to generate a response. Flipping back to the other browser tab, I navigate to the data folder, then into the generated images folder. Here's one that was generated earlier. This took about 5 to 10 seconds on this PC, which has a single NVIDIA A6000 GPU. This image isn't quite doing it for me, but it's a starting point and something I can respond to by altering my prompt. Jumping ahead, I've written specific objects like crayons and tape. All the images and prompts are displayed chronologically as I iterate in this tab, and I can also cycle through the PNGs in the folder in the other tab. I copy and paste the most useful ones to a Miro board. I'll arrange them in a way that helps me brainstorm further. You can see I've grouped them with photos from a regular image search, like these rolls of tape and the eraser. The annotations are quick reminders for when I move on to the production phase. This board is my reference when I begin designing graphics in Photoshop or sculpting 3D assets in Substance Modeler. To be clear, I'm not looking for a complete design solution from any of these generated images. It's really about pulling out visual references that are more specific than a Google image search. Gathering research and reference material is always my first step in concepting anything. I then narrow things down by comparing and contrasting options. This is still the case with AI-generated images. With the tabs side by side, I can rapidly scroll through all results and compare at a glance with the reference I'm considering shortlisting. Some of these images have a couple of elements I want to carry through into the design phase, but mostly it's about feel. I'm interested in generating images that reflect the overall feel I want to bring to the production, rather than a one-stop solution. So, working this way, I gradually arrive at a shortlist which establishes a mood board for this location. What's there is enough of a visual cue for me as I move forward through my world building process.
So as you can see in his projects, Rafi leverages NVIDIA AI Workbench to streamline and refine digital assets that he then uses for his character design and animation. But it's not just a useful tool during development. NVIDIA AI Workbench also simplifies deployment. Once a model is ready, it can be deployed on edge devices, in data centers, or on cloud platforms without significant adjustments. This saves time and reduces issues, enabling models to make a real-world impact sooner. In short, NVIDIA AI Workbench empowers creators and developers to focus on innovation without the typical technical hurdles. For Rafi and other AI professionals, it's a tool that turns ideas into reality faster and with more ease than ever before. To learn more about NVIDIA Workbench and how to get the best from it with 3XS workstations, contact one of the Scan Business team today.